Good morning. I'm going to do a real quick video on how to show you how to stop a stumble. And we're just going to go one aspect of it, and that's the pump arms. On the pump arms, this is a 50cc pump arm on a Dominator. This is an old one, this is a new one. The old ones, the springs get weak. All springs get weak. So this is a brand new one. In fact, this one has another little issue with it, but this one is much weaker. So what we want to do, sometimes even with new ones, we'll shim them and we'll make the spring stronger. And so what we do is to shim it, we're going to take this apart. Take it apart. There's 3 pieces. There's your 3 pieces outside of your nut, which is right here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to shim this spring up. Now, there's a couple of ways to do this. One, you can use some bolt washers. That's 3 of them. You can put them up here in the barrel. Then you can put the spring back in. This is actually the guide for it. Then the spring back in there. Then the screw. And now you've strengthened the spring when it goes back in. They're not all lined up. I'm not going to do that real quick. But see, that's a lot harder now when it's all in there. Now, if you don't have bolt washers that fit up in there, then there's another way to do it. Take this apart, use like 3 washers, and there's also a step there, and that'll really compress the spring a lot more. So when we put this back up in here, this guide goes up in here first, and then the spring goes up in here, and you put your nut on. Alright, now we're going to hold this with 7/16. Push it down a little bit. Okay, now you can see that the spring is more in a coil bind situation, and it's a lot harder to press that than it is this. Much easier. Alright, now I'm going to show you how to adjust these real quick. This is kind of critical. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to tighten this up all the way until there's some slack. Okay, now there's a little bit of slack. Now, go the other way until there is 0 slack. Still a little bit left. We don't want anything in there. 0. Okay, now it has no slack, so the spring is compressed as much as it'll go, and it'll have full travel. So when these springs get weak, which they do, all of them do, then you have to shim them, either by putting some washers down here on the bottom, or by putting these bolt washers up in the barrel of the 50cc pump. Put it on there. End of story. That's how you solve a stumble. It usually happens right off idle. You can feel it wah, and that's really bad on a nitrous motor. The other thing you can do, of course, is put bigger squirters in it. If you don't have a squirter that's bigger, like say you have a 35, go get a 46,000 drill bit and drill it if you don't have that. But those 2 things are the main things that cause a stumble. The other thing is a lean idle. If you have a lean idle, turn these fixture screws out about a half a turn. If you can't do that, in the meantime, you want a temporary fix, you can fatten up your idle, and that'll take the stumble out. That's your quick tip of the day. Have a great day.